SPDas, the trading floor is yours.
All right, thank you, Igor, as always. And hello and good morning, everyone. For those who are from the western side, and good evening, good afternoon for those who are entering, logging in from the eastern side of the world. And let's get started as usual. I think we should be starting with the currencies. Actually, gold is doing a shout out. It's hitting all new highs. It's good that we are remaining flat for now, but it's going to be interesting analyzing gold as well because that's a critical level, and it's good to take some risk over there. All right, so euro, that arrow has, I mean, it's been filled some gap here. It has filled some gap here. So let's remove the arrow for now. We are entering into the buy zone of that trend line again now. It is really helpful to draw this trend line. Tell you what. Now, believe it or not, if this guy has already reversed, and I see that it has, we got another five wave. So at least we've got A, B, C, or one, two, three in our hand. And if the third wave is extending, we will see that prices drop towards the 61.8% of this wave, all right, and then picking up. So in that case, we will relabel with the third wave extension. But most high probable potential now for euro is that we are out of woods from the south side. What we saw on Monday, we are almost at the Friday closing price about 400 and plus 400 plus. So pattern wise, wave count wise, everything is clear on the north side, at least for now. Unless something weird happens in the next few hours, we've got some couple of noises coming out of the fundamental triggers. We should be good. I think it's around 85 to 90% probability now that we are good to remain long. All right. In fact, we bought at 260, if you remember, on Monday morning. We are now 150, 140 points up at least. So it's always good to keep booking profits from the desk. I recommend humbly that you book at least 50%. Probably, if I were there, I would book 80% of my profits. But if not 80%, please do at least 50%. And the reason is, please have a look at the RSI here. Prices are rallying a new high, and the RSI is not that confident of a printed new high. It's almost the same level as previous one. That is a kind of bearish divergence. I'm not saying a trend reversal. I'm saying markets are poised to take a breather now, and that breather can go around the 61.8% of that the current wave, or it can actually go a bit deeper as well if the five waves are complete. But I think at least here, somewhere around the vicinity of 330, at least 330, and then pick up. So that is our new projected path for euro in the next coming few hours or so. All right. Otherwise, uh, everything is fine, everything is intact. Even for positional traders, it is recommended to take some profits of the desk. It is important to take partial profits always whenever possible. It serves two purposes actually. We get money home, point number one. It gives a lot of confidence, believe it or not. Second, we are still in the trade. And third, if we are correct in the retracement or in the breather that the markets are going to take, then we are giving ourselves a chance to buy again later. So there is no situation or no problem at all, or no nothing which should not allow us to take partial profits. All right. I've seen many traders not doing anything, uh, and waiting for a huge profit chunk to be taken out at one time, and suddenly something happens and markets reverse, and not forget about profits, they end up with the losses of the stop of the initial risk. So that is what we should try and avoid. In fact, once we have the retracement, the next trade plan is after the retracement, we will wait for a turn higher, and we'll bring the stop loss here. So we kind of reduce the risk. Okay, dollar index. We don't have too much load in this session. We will go slow. We are going to cover indices in the New York as always. Or that looks good, correct? So see, we have drawn two paths here. One is going directly lower as the third wave extension, or if the third wave is extended, it would go lower, and if not, it would pull back and then come lower. So that was eliminated. We want to eliminate this as well. So first things first, before we try and do anything else, we held fresh short positions on Monday morning around 109.40. I remember the price. So to continue the story, we are almost 200 points below where we took the shorts. And if we are not booking profits here, up to the tune of 80% or at least 50%, then it is not a good trading style. All right. So please take profits right now if you are watching and if you have been following us. And now the projected path. We are not suggesting fresh shorts over here at least. And the reason is it's not that the trend is changing, but look at the other side. I mean, it's completely it's not diverging, but it's completely over in the overbought zone. I would not recommend entering short positions right now. The charts are telling us a clear story. Maybe the markets are going to take a breather, and that breather can be within the recent 5 waves drop, or it can be much deeper. But I tell you what, we've got one, two, that is wave one, and then wave two. This could be one of three, and then two of three, reverse lower again. So maybe we should get another opportunity to go short around 108.34 before the markets turn lower again. All right. So we even for positional traders, please book profits, at least partial. Right now we are stop loss as we place the stop loss at 110.30, I think. Yes, we will rule it or bring it down towards 109.80. I would say we still remain at 80, but after the pullback and uh, when prices begin to turn lower again. All right. Okay, so that is dollar index. We got to spend some time here in gold now. See, we are traders. We we cannot afford to just hang in there with continued losses. We stretched ourselves, stop loss triggered. Then we took profits, I think, during that drop, and another stop triggered, but we went sideways, flat. That was good actually. No point in holding. Correct. Now we got fresh perspective. You know what? Yesterday, I think that during the New York live, we analyzed this wave. This is what we needed to analyze. Correct. So let me do it once again for those who are joining fresh. The 5 wave could be the intermediate, sorry, the minute wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just a second, let me change it because these are lower degrees. This is a sub-minute. Oh my God. Okay. Maybe I was analyzing the Nifty indices, the Indian indices today, and that's why the extreme lower degree counts. So that is minute one, 2, 3, 4, and 5, possibly looking complete. And if you look in between, there are five waves again within the third wave. So I think that was the path. That was the alternate count which we kind of ignored while analyzing last time. So it's always, remember, please, markets are always right. If we are doing something, it's our mistake. We're not either counting properly or we are ignoring some sub waves. Now, if this counting is done correct, then I think wave one, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is complete with the Fibonacci extension as well, reaching the 1.661 point. I think we discussed this last time when we were talking about 45 first target and potential remains towards 70. Now that prices have reached here, it is quite possible that because now there is a lot of fear in traders. There's a psychological game playing there. And the fear is, okay, gold is going one way on the one-sided rally. So now the traders have gotten into the fear mode. Uh, and the rule is when others are fearful, you might want to get a bit greedy. And when others are greedy, you might want to get fearful. All right. So now when the fear is striking in psychologically, and let's see what the RSI is doing. RSI is overstretched. Tell you what, even if there's going to be one more high, there would be some kind of RSI produced. And still, if you watch that peak is still higher than the recent RSI peak over here. So I think we are good if we take a small risk here. Here's the trade proposed or the potential trade proposal here for gold. 2870 we go short, and 2885, 86 should be the stop loss. At least give us some room, or maybe at least 2880, at least 10 points above that. You can you can you can actually risk minimum, but I don't see a pattern. If we see a pattern here, then we can do it that way. Normally, when fifth waves are there, you might want to, I mean, taking a chance, but 70, okay, let's put it at 76. So it will be a very minimum risk. All right, I just want to confirm whether there is a pattern. Just a moment. There's no pattern right now, but there is a noise coming in, and that is what is a bit worrisome. I would put it at 85. Just take a small lot, 0.01. That's it. A micro lot where you are $1 a dollar move. If it moves to 69, we gain $1. If we move to 71, we lose $1. And always look into your risk management. With this stop loss, if your percentage risk on the equity is anything more than 1%, then you should relook into the trade. Okay, reduce your lot size, please, because risking more than 1% or maximum 2% or 1.5% per trade is not a very good strategy. So, and we put a target. See, now the target should be wave 4 of one lesser degree. That is coming around 2808. All right. So let's put it 2810. All right. So that's the proposed trade now. All right. And with the diverging scenarios, I think it's not a bad idea to look over the 4-hour time frame as well. Okay, we don't see a diverging scenario right now, but at the hourly charts and 15 minutes, I think there is an hourly chart divergence we just saw, and let's move on to the 15 minutes time frame. Yeah, there is divergence all the way around, but I tell you what, we need to now start seeing a reversal pattern. Let's check on the candles here. It is a series and sequence of indecisive candles. And when you have indecisive candles are a way to say that there is a fight going on between bulls and bears. So maybe one small high or peak here and there, and I think we should be good. All right, we can explore even smaller time frames, but the problem with the smaller time frames is there are quite a big noises as well. So we at least for now there's a sideways action. So we are going to see one more peak possibly. All right, and this is the slowest time frame, 1 minute. There is not an impulse. So we are going to see one more peak possibly, and then a potential turn. So, but it's worth taking risk here, and that's why we've done that. All right. So again on the short side for gold, and let's see how the price action is shaping up when we are back in the New York live. Okay, let's move to to the coins. There's something which I would like to bring to your notice here. We not the candles, but the chart time frames. Tell you what, I think we for now let's get flat. We are at the break even 96.97. I repeat, let's remain out of the trade from here. The reason being, I'll just let you know in a while. But let's exit the trade here. Right, I'm removing the buy. There's nothing that we are going to lose. Okay, we are almost at a break even here. There is another scenario which I wanted to bring, and for that we need to clear ourselves from the long positions. And also, let me first view Ethereum. So Ethereum also, it's we are gaining something, we are not losing anything. So please exit longs. Please exit longs. We are not recommending short, we are just recommending remain flat. There is a potential opportunity which is kind of building up, and it's quite possible that no one is seeing, and I might be wrong in that. I might definitely be wrong in that, but there's nothing wrong in remaining flat. It's 204 and we've got an at 220, and I mean it's okay to have a small loss here and get out of the trade. Please, if possible, or you if you want, you can get out at a break even, please, or exit at a break even. There is a scenario or a situation which I would want to bring it up in the next 10 minutes or so. And that's but first we need to clear our mindset from the positions, because if it's not free from the trade positions, we will not be able to see that. XRP, and that there is almost a great possibility of me being wrong, but what if it is turned out to be correct? There's a huge potential on the other side. So we are almost at a break even, XRP. Um, so all three instruments except for Solana, we've gotten at either a break even or a small profit. Solana, I think, if possible, take some small losses and get out and exit longs. And let's do some probable counting. go to the daily chart. And I got to get rid of the waves here as well and the arrows of the projected paths. All right, sir. Now let's zoom in a bit. The first thing that we'd like to notice is Bitcoin has print a high already around 109, correct? So I'm moving this wave 5 here at 109. Where's the minor degrees? Did we remove the minor degree counts? Okay, yes, we have removed the minor degree counts. Okay, so please remember this 5 in circle Roman is a minute degree, and over the top will be label 5. Okay, let me just write it down here. That is the fifth wave. All right. So 5 waves are potentially completing at 2 degrees at least. Believe it or not, it's not just 2 degrees, it's at least 3 degrees. There is an intermediate wave 5 also potentially complete. Now, if you look at what has happened here, it's it's good to be on the smaller time frame now so that we can see the waves. Oh, all right. What if the counts are as follows? Okay, so we've got a minute wave 1 and then expanded flat wave 2. Uh, this is quite possible. Why am I putting it down? 3, 4, and 5. What if this happens? And the reason why I'm saying it, there is a potential top is in place. So technically, the fifth wave could be in place. And if this 5 wave structure unfolds as presented, okay, then that structure would be a leading diagonal. It would be a leading diagonal. That is, it is not a, it is a motive wave. Okay, it is a 5 wave structure, but it's not an impulse. It's a leading diagonal. Okay, it's a wrong tool. I need to take a trend line. So we connect 1 and 3. Okay. And then we connect 2 and 4. So I'm going to do a case study for Bitcoin right now. And we've exited all other positions. And let's see, because we don't want to do all and then go wrong everywhere. All right, let's do one as a case study in Bitcoin. It would most probably be replicated in Ethereum and Solana and Ripple as well. So ideally, price if this is a corrective wave, it's possibly a corrective wave as well. Then Bitcoin could break that 91 mark and also the 89 mark, print one more low here. Once this structure is complete, then it could be a good possible major reversal in place. The reason only of getting out was not being stuck on the long side and getting stopped out unnecessarily, because this possibility remains. All right. And let's see how the price action shapes up when most, because I like to go contrarian when there is some kind of wave count support, and most of the psychological things are mostly on one side, then it's always good to think or pause for a moment and think on the other side. Of course, if we can always be wrong, and there might be one more high which we have already projected last last session, but it's good to pause right now and wait a little. Even if it rallies, that's not going to sustain. It's not a sustainable high above 109. At some point in time, there's going to reverse. So what we are going to miss is one more wave. That's all, and we can capitalize on the other side after that as well. So nothing wrong in remaining flat right now. That's the only suggestion humbly I'm proposing right now. All right. And let's see how, let's have a look at the price action when we come back, probably in the New York session or tomorrow, London, Sydney, what changes have been made. All right. So that was just something which I wanted to discuss. And there are scenarios here which I would like to bring up afterwards, but at least for now, let's prepare for this particular possibility and see how the price action behaves. All right, so let's bring this current session to a pause now. And once again, thank you for tuning. Take some partial profits off the desk in euro dollar index. Gold, we have taken some aggressive longs, short, sorry. And coins, we are off the trade, but we are watching for a potential reversal. Back to you, Igor. Thank you so much.
And thank you very much, SPDas. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks.
ForexLens gives you the edge. ForexLens understands the global economy and financial markets. With machine learning, we give you real-time global analysis and investment strategies. ForexLens lets you invest and earn with institutional traders, even if you're new to trading. Trading and investing made simple with ForexLens. Check out our performance at ForexLens.com. Get the edge on trades. Your eye into the markets. ForexLens.com. ForexLens gives you the edge. ForexLens understands